What is up, y'all? I think we have the best budget stick on the market, and if not one of the top sticks on the market in general, but for the price point and the way this thing operates and hangs on a tree, I don't think you're gonna beat it. We got the XOP X2 17-inch step-to-step stick. This thing is an absolute unit. It's got one of the best standoffs on the market. We got 5 inches of standoff. It bites to the tree crazy good. I mean, crazy good. You can get this thing just about on any tree, and you can get a 3-pack of these for 150 bucks. I'm gonna put it on a couple trees. I'm gonna go over some of the things that I like about it, what I don't like about it, and whether it's gonna be the right stick for you. And it's probably the right stick for most people, just depending on the way you hunt and the usability of these. Whether you're gonna leave it up as a permanent set, semi-permanent set at your house, or use it as a run and gun set, it's a pretty good all-around stick. So we'll take a look here, and yeah, we'll get into it. All right, y'all, we're by the tree. I got about a basketball, maybe a little bit bigger size than a basketball tree here. It's a little pine tree. We got the X2 from XOP. Like I said, I'm gonna throw this thing on the tree with a cam strap. I got the FSA attachment method, the fucking Amstel method that I'm gonna throw on there. That's actually how I used it when using a tubular like stick like this. Now, all fairness, I have not used this thing in the field during hunts, but I've used a stick similar to this that was from similar, but this one's way better, which was a trophy line tube stick. And I used that Amstel attachment method, which worked well. I'll show you how that is on the tree here. But I got turned on to this stick. My buddy Matt had bought a full kit from XOP, and these sticks came with it, and I was helping him put everything together when he had gotten it, and I was actually blown away at how not only like light these sticks were, but how they feel in the hand, and then the way they bite, and then the standoff room you get is it's pretty impressive. So I'm gonna throw it on the tree here. Just so you can see it. Ton of room, right? I got a size 11 boot. Got a ton of room here. I'm actually very comfortable up here. I feel like I could stand up there all day on that. And here's what's the most important and most impressive part to me is how well they bite the tree. I mean, it just took, I was moving dirt. I wasn't faking trying to push this thing. Like, I'm a pretty strong dude too, and that thing is cinching the tree like no other. Now, I know this is a softer pine, but I'll get it on a hard ash and maybe an oak, and you'll see it bites the same exact way. And then you can even get these things on a tiny little tree. So let me show you the Amstel attachment method. I'm going to show you a way that I had said in previous videos with the 3-step aider. You can use that, and how I actually used the 3-step aider in a tube type stick from Trophy Line that I'm going to run the exact same way as with these sticks, and how I wrapped it up and used that whole system. So we'll go over that here in a second. All right, so I have the HFAS attachment method. Basically, it's 3/16 Amstel rope with some kind of Prusik knot. I could be wrong on that. And it kind of works, you know, you just bring it around the tree how you normally would. I like to pull it tight, you know, get it where you want it, pull it tight. And this loop here just goes around and you cinch it down. And that's it. Now, typically, that's fine. Stuck on a root here, or a vine. Oh, that's a little high. But bites super good. Again, really, really good. Then, if you want, a lot of the times, if you're climbing a smaller tree, what you can do is, that prusik knot gets tight sometimes. What you can do is you can really lengthen that up. I go around the bottom again, pulling tight, pulling tight, pulling tight, and now you got that thing doubled up. And now you got, not only is it going around, but you have another one going around the bottom of it. Double the strength, double the safety, which I like. Now, you don't necessarily need to run it with this stick, but I'll show you why I chose to do it over the cam buckle, just for the packability reasons. So let me get this off real quick. Right? So what you can do with this here is you can go 1, 2, 3, pull that tight, and now it's cinched up there and packs nice. And then you can set the other one on top. Or how I used to run the ones from Trophy Line, again, which is a very similar stick, would be, I would have this Ape Cannon 3-step aider actually taped to the bottom of my first stick, and I would pack it up a certain way, and this would only allow me to carry, I would only carry 2 sticks. These do have spots for cable aiders and other types of aiders, but I would have this hockey taped here and here, have that wrapped up, you know, around, and then I would just take the aider and wrap it around both sticks. So I would have both sticks together, wrapped around with the AM steel, and then wrapped around with this, and then you just put it down on your pack. So it works nice. But we'll throw this thing up here, and this is how I would run this stick and plan on running this stick. I would get this thing, and now I gotta loosen this up, or I'll be struggling there. Get this thing closer, I mean. I would run this thing exactly like this, where I'm gonna set this thing as humanly high as possible, right? Bring it around, boom. Now my first stick is at 7 foot. You do that 2 more times, you're at 12, 15 foot easily. But like I said, this would be taped on there. You don't have to. I keep it just in my pack now if I need to use it, right? And you just climb up, oop, boom, boom. And I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but the only thing I don't like about webbing aiders is, you know, sometimes they have the tendency to pull you off, but that's why I only use it on the first stick, because I'm not too worried about it. So I believe these sticks come in at about 1.5 pounds each. That's without the attachment method. That's without the attachment method. So carrying 2 or 3, you're looking at probably roughly 4 to 5 pounds with the attachment method. And then, like I said, if you're just carrying 2, I would say you'd be close to 2 pounds if you're using a cam buckle. So for 4 pounds, being able to get, I would say, easily up to 14 foot, 15 foot, 12 to 15. I don't think you're gonna beat it, especially for the price point. Man, these things are awesome. I'm gonna put this thing on a couple different types of trees, real big ones and real small ones, and you're gonna see it performs just as well. I haven't seen a stick that bites as good as this. And the standoff, man, it's super comfortable being up there. So let's take a look on a really small tree, and then we'll take a look on a really big tree. I'm gonna throw the cam buckle back on there just so I'm not fiddling with the AM steel rope, but I do like that way when I'm running a tube style stick, especially for the packability of it. If you watched my last video, which I did a review on the Lone Wolf custom geared micro doubles, I actually couldn't get a stick to go on this exact tree. Just the standoff points were wider than the tree itself. I mean, this thing is only probably a baseball size around. I mean, it's pretty small. Would you want to be in a tree like this? Probably not. If you need to be, I guess so. But just the way that they have these inner teeth, you're gonna be able to lock in here. So if you needed to get on something like this, you could, right? Cinch her down as tight as you can. And yeah, I mean, this thing's impressive, man. It freaking bites. And it bites really good. Yeah, so that's a smaller tree. Let's take an absolutely behemoth of a tree. I can almost just not get my fingers around it. Real nasty, gnarly bark. Again, referring to my other video I did on the micro doubles. This is where those did not perform as well. Did they work? Yes. Are they gonna work as good as this thing? I don't know. I haven't had it on a tree like this, but my guess is no. This thing's gonna outperform that. I don't even know if this strap's gonna make it around. Yeah, we're gonna make it. Just barely. Almost maxed it out. I gotta stop making these so high. All right, so I don't know if you can see that, but that one tooth isn't sticking in. So I'm gonna reset this. And it might be the same thing as the micro doubles, where there's some fiddle factor with this real nasty bark here, where you gotta just make sure that those teeth are all touching somewhere. There we go. That thing really just bit there. Oh yeah. There you go. I think it performs better than the Lone Wolf micro doubles. Obviously the micro doubles pack up better and are lighter, but the stick performs really good on almost every tree I have it on. Let's get it on one more. I want to get it on, try to find something real crooked and nasty to see how it works. All right, so I actually don't have a lot of real nasty leaners where I'm at. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna intentionally set it on like the lean side, when normally I would try to climb up this side because it would be easier, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get this stick to grab in ways that you wouldn't even want to use it, just to test the capabilities of it. Because again, I just think that the way they designed this, it really kind of like almost grips and hugs the tree at the same time. So why do I keep doing this? Whoa. Super impressive. Let's take a closer look so you can see how it's biting. So you can see here, it's biting on the outermost one and a little bit here, where it's biting on the innermost one, the middle one here the most, and then really not at all. You can actually see that gap there on that one, but, and then down here, same thing. Really dug there, and then it's dug in there and it's dug in there. So it'll bite where it needs to bite. And again, I hung this how I typically wouldn't even hung it. I would try to hang it on the side that it's not leaning on. So it performs really good. one, and then I'll give my final thoughts. This is about as ridiculous as you can get. This is smaller than the one I had over there by probably a few inches. Those tiny little teeth, and I'll grab the camera here in a minute so you can see. I know a tree's gonna hold me, probably will, but it's actually tree's an old historical rub. Oh man. Oh, but I mean, it's holding me. It wants to spin a little bit. I think it's fine. You know, you could, if you needed to, hunt out of, you know, use it to get up at least. It's still performing well. You want to take a look, you know, those innermost teeth really do a good job digging in, man. Now, the last and final test. I know everybody loves to show how well a stick bites after the strap's off, so we're gonna put it through that test. Will it stay after I remove the strap? We shall find out here. And it most certainly does stay pretty good. What's going on, y'all? I just wanted to do a final. I was getting ready to put this video together as far as the review that I did on the X2 stick. I realized I didn't get final thoughts, and I had a couple other things I wanted to say that are really important. One is that this stick is rated for 350 pounds. It's one of the very few, if one of the only sticks on the market that is rated for 350 pounds. So this thing is meant for some big boys. It's beefy. Like it's got some serious, you know, serious power for 350, which not a lot do. I'm gonna weigh it real quick just so y'all can see how much one stick weighs without the attachment. And right now we're coming in at 1.72 pounds. 1.72. Don't know if you can see that. So 1.72 pounds. So just under 2 pounds a stick. You'll probably be close to 2 pounds with whatever attachment method you want to use. I'm thinking about running mine. So they actually lock together like, give me a second, like this. And they go side by side. I'm probably gonna run mine more so like this, where it nests on top of each other or on the bottom, and then I'll wrap it so because it'll sit right on the 0.5 nicely. I do want to say though that stick, XOP does a good job. Like you can get that stick for what you're getting for that stick. I don't think you can beat it on the market per price for the way that stick performs. You can get a 3-pack. I got a 3-pack of the Midnight Edition. That's the one that you've been looking at this whole time for 150 bucks. I know that they give, XOP has some 10% off sales, some 15% off sales, even during Black Friday. I made a permanent set at one of my permission pieces that I have here on a big farm that I have permission to hunt. I got one of their, the full length sticks I got that and a stand itself for a really good price. I want to say it was like under $350 for all that. So, and it's like a semi-permanent set. Like that's what's nice about these sticks is you can either use them as a running gun because they don't weigh that much. They'll bite to any tree, or you can use them as a semi-permanent set, you know, have them set up somewhere on a season. Oh, you need to make an adjustment. It's a lot easier to just boom, undo them and then go put them on another tree and use them that way too. But for the price that you're getting them at, you're not going to beat it for the weight rating. You're not going to beat it for the way it performs on the stick. I don't think you're going to beat it. And then also the standoff room, we're coming in. I don't know if I have a tape measure in here. I do. Standoff room, I just wanted to get a couple quick measurements on here. We're looking at 5-inch standoff. You have 5-inch standoff. Actually, it's probably over 5 inches if I go, yeah, 5 1/4 inch if from this point to the end of the actual thing itself. Now, I do think I'll take some stealth strip and silence these bad boys up, and that'll be all I do to them. But yeah, I think if you can catch XOP when they're having a sale, or even if they're not having a sale, 150 bucks for 3 sticks isn't nothing. That's the cost of one Lone Wolf. And I'm not hating on Lone Wolf. I love Lone Wolf stuff. I own some of their stuff. But it costs a pretty penny for somebody who's looking to get into the game, looking to have a better run and gun setup on their farm, or for public land, or semi-permanent sets. You're not going to beat XOP, especially when they start having their deals out. You're going to be able to get those sticks for very, very cheap sticks, and maybe even a stand for very, very cheap. So listen, I appreciate you making it all the way to this video. I'll probably put something in the beginning to make sure that you stay to the end so you can just see those couple last little things, because I forgot to mention them in the beginning. I appreciate you guys watching. Put any questions, comments, concerns, anything I can do better down in the comments below. Take care. God bless y'all.